It's actually closer to evening now. Okay, good evening, people. I think... Okay, so it seems Pascal is going more of a healer route this time. Like, a lot more of a healer route. The Servo Skull seems to actually be more of a healing thing overall, honestly. Which is interesting. Which is really interesting. Okay, and then we go... Strafe seems kind of cool on this. Defensive stance, no question about it. 140% health. We've already picked up that one. Where do we have the parry one? Where do we have the parry one? There. 92% parry. Oh my god. Okay. Linchpin. For every 5 stacks of tactical advantage. Until the beginning of the Master Tactician's next turn, the Master Tactician gains stacks of tactical advantage equal to... Okay, yep. Emulate soul. No, we're going Linchpin. Linchpin, Agatha. Agatha is playing Bounty Hunter. Piercing shot. This turn will have an additional... Deals additional ballistic skill damage. I think we're going that. In for you. Until the next game parameters. Extinguishing the executioners immediately inflict bleeding on an ally of choice. No, I think we're going that one. Okay. So, today we're doing this. We're doing this one. I know exactly which one this is. It's... I don't know how long it will take. The last few times I've done it, it's taken a few hours.
The divine watches over us. This is out of the ordinary.
The Emperor favors me today.
Blow up the wall. Out we go here. Pascal open.
Unlocked.
Let the faith guide my path.
A formidable-looking door blocks the way into the next module.
Hmm.
It is covered in scratches, as if someone clawed at the cold metal for a very, very long time. The tech priest blesses himself with a protective symbol, his hand visibly shaking.
Shield us, O machine god, from the evil that has taken hold of your temple. Save us, preserve us from the corruption, show us the way. The sacred metal that bars our path is weakened. Let us appeal to the machine spirit of one of the generators so the metal may drink from its blessed energies. There should be one hidden somewhere in this module.
Are you alright?
My true flesh resonates with the machines in this abode. Their pain and madness interfere with the workings of my cranial circuitry and cybermantle. Suboptimal, but surmountable. Further conversing is unproductive. The will of the Omnissiah has brought us to these doors, thus our task is clear. Search for a way to proceed beyond so we can discover a means of cleansing these halls.
The intricate mechanism does not reveal its secrets to you. Whatever is keeping the door shut, be it perverted sorcery or a simple breakdown, you cannot be certain.
Okay. Look
The
around.
main thing that catches your eye about this place is the state of the wall panels by the door. They bear numerous scratches, 5 in a row, resembling claw marks. Some of the panels look like they could fall off at any moment. Here and there you see the occasional sparks and crackling of the damaged wires behind them.
Okay.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
The stomach-turning bloody smears on the wall form a malevolent symbol. The blood seems to have penetrated deep into the metal.
Hey, okay, okay.
This is bad, very bad. The Omniscia's grace has forsaken this place and these brethren.
When the
Agatha.
faithful are idle, heresy grows. Never doubt me.
Okay, pick up that. Okay. Applies -10 penalty to perception for all attackers. Okay. Fairly decent.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Access received.
Successful.
I am just kind of rushing through this, I feel like, right now. But, yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Emperor, protect us. This is a house of darkness and corruption.
Data from tech familiar
The behavior of the Transformers was caused by no common mechanical malfunction. It is possible that the cause is of supernatural origin.
Turn that off. Okay. Yeah. And that is why you don't look too much into the warp.
Know your duty.
For those who don't know that much... Oh, can I actually see into that? Yeah, as you can see... to put it very simply, this thing is really corrupted
Scraps
by
of skin
warp.
and broken nails and teeth are stuck in the ragged grooves on the bulkhead. Someone
With
made a
each
frenzied
step,
attempt to scratch
I
the blasphemous
forge my
symbol into the
destiny
metal,
among the
showing themselves
stars.
no mercy.
This whole ship is heavily warp corrupted. Heavily warp corrupted.
outdated and suboptimal. Your body has suffered deterioration and requires modification.
Funnily enough, I've grown rather attached to the old thing. Have patience. Someone will shoot me any minute now, and then you'll have your chance to upgrade me.
Pascal, where do we have you? What do you actually have? Let's throw on... Where is it? Just to help out a bit. We haven't gotten any of the other tech use items. Okay, we haven't gotten any of the other tech use items. Does this actually help you? 90, yep.
Unlocked.
Success is an irrefutable certainty.
What do we have on Abelard? We have... If the wearer has a shield equipped, whenever they hit multiple... where it is hit. Okay, so that is... I still want to try out grenade build on you, Pascal. So we're going to stick with it a bit more. Lore of Imperium. Yeah, we don't really have anything that will give more tech stuff. Tech use on you. Which is sad, but the reality of it pretty much. Fellowship bonus. 6% armor. We're actually fairly high on armor on you. The bird actually...
Heresy.
Does something trouble you, Lord Captain?
Blessed is Von Valencia's bloodline.
Watching the lazy hand
Warning.
sacred technology
Invalid system pressure parameters. Expected value, 10.
my cardiovascular
Settings changed.
augmentation can
New
withstand
system pressure value, 5.
pressure.
Settings changed. New system pressure value, 7.
7.
Invalid value. Restoring settings to initial values. Expected
5.
value, 10.
I'm at your service.
Settings changed. New system pressure value, 9.
Okay.
Valid value set.
Whatever you
Gas supply halted.
I'm listening.
Okay. So... Come on, Agatha.
This task should have been accomplished easily.
Okay, yeah. Thanks.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Yeah.
My faith is my shield. The divine watches over us. Stay
Cast your
faithful,
eye there.
and you will be rewarded.
Join me in prayer. The Emperor favors me today. Duty prevails.
Hey. What do we have in the goods here? Is it just materials? Okay.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
And here we have our first fight on this place now. Agatha,
When the faithful are
how are
idle,
you doing?
heresy grows. Blessed be the road that we take.
I am your shadow. I guide
Yes,
humanity
over
between
here.
the stars.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay. I'll do it.
How dare you disturb the
Pure
peace of the
cannot
machines?
escape their fate.
Desecrator.
Okay. So, we are now here. Light up, increase damage. Okay. There. Okay, there. Start battle.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Relocate.
Tech Familiar activated. Setting target parameters for Tech Familiar units.
Okay. Man Magus.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Okay.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Only have vision on you, huh?
Faith without deed is worthless.
Okay.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Justice for the weak.
You're missing a lot, Argenta. You're missing a lot.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
May the Divine's will be done! I will not be deterred.
Okay.
I'll do it. I refuse.
$19.95.
For you, my Emperor!
75 damage. Not bad.
As
Oh,
the
we
Emperor
lit it on
commands,
fire as
I
well.
act.
A tactically sound approach. I will do my duty. Indeed.
Of that. And can I actually get some? No, not really.
Victory is imminent.
I remember the first time I played this, I had so much trouble with this fight because I was still learning the combat system majorly.
Running binary is significant value.
So my knowledge about the game was really limited, like majorly limited. I should foe's weakness. What is that? The wielder critical hit chance is increased. Okay, fair enough.
Trust me. As the tenants demand. I shall not fall. Caught by the web.
Okay.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm
Yeah, you know
not
what?
accustomed to
Bring
being
me up.
ordered around.
Trust me. The shadows will see it done. As the tenants demand.
I'm a member.
I'll show you why navigators are feared.
And one shot left, huh? Let's put that. And we are going to move
I'll
here.
do it.
Took care of one. Do a reload.
As the Emperor
Take care of
commands.
that. Good. Out of range. Out of range. Can't see anything there. Okay, fair enough.
Doubt is for the weak.
Hey, almost killed him as well.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Fucking fly. There's one annoying fly that's been continuously bugging me.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Okay.
The Emperor comes.
I'm a member.
I don't have anything I can shoot, can I? No, not really. Avrod is up to a fair bit of health, that's for sure.
I'll do it. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Okay, okay, okay. What do we have?
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the
Oh,
weak.
for fuck's sake.
As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless. Power resides in the will of the righteous. This is why I was chosen. As the Emperor commands, for you, my Emperor!
And we're just getting more and more damage the more we shoot with her. Yeah, she... I can see how a sniper character actually works now when experimenting a fair bit with Magenta.
I've suffered worse.
The scriptural prognosis.
Let's keep our mad Logis a bit of company back here, don't you think?
As honor ordained. My blade whispers your name.
No.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Don't have vision on anyone, huh? I can grant you that, though. "11 bleed.
I shall not fail. Death is a blessing.
Well, he is no more.
I cannot serve you in this way.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
My enemies shall be crushed like dust beneath my feet. And so shall it be done.
Well, that wasn't great. But I can do that, though.
Rejoice in service. I won't suffer this.
Oh, the eagle actually grants us vision. What?
I cannot comply. And so it shall be done.
No, I can't do that. Unconscious, familiar. I kill him.
Actions will speak louder than words. Your corrupt way has failed you.
Guided by faith! I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
Okay, fair enough.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
I need to get the magas
It will be done.
held up in melee. Yep, that would work.
At your beck and call. Target well struck. It will be done.
As the tactical imperative dictates. Tech familiar activated. Martyrdom is the reward.
Trust me. I will leave footprints of scarlet. The shadows will see it done.
Let the blood of the wicked be shed, as thou hast willed.
Let your soul be purged. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Hey. Nice. Is that better than the sniper rifle we have on her? No. It's lower armor pen. Lower additional hit chance. Okay, fair enough.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Technomads here. Sniper rifle, sniper rifle. You have a plasma pistol on you, don't you? Yeah, just a normal plasma pistol. Is it better than we... No, it's the exact same. It is exactly the same. Okay, so we are going on a quick restock. You can't even use medkits. Why do you have that on you? I thought it made it so you were able to use medkit, but you can't. Agta, that one. What exactly awareness? Okay, fair enough. Not really something that is even relevant to us right now. 62 awareness, 50 awareness, 80 awareness. Yeah, we can throw that on you. 90 awareness. We have a lot of the regain tune melee critical hit chance. I think we're going to throw those on you, honestly. Okay. Okay. You only have 2 of those. Those aren't relevant to us at all. False unconscious, no. Don't care about that right now. Immune to burning. I guess that one we don't really have. There we have. That actually works great on you. You have extra dodge, pretty much an evasion cape. And you have the characteristics to everything. Okay. Great. Wield attacks with any ranged weapon at 1 cell. Inflict bleeding. You are probably the one that only one that actually can make use out of that. Oh.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully
I'm
ours.
restless. Carry the Emperor's will as your torch. I better myself through my service.
Okay, and next fight is here.
Death to the malefactors. Death to the desecrators.
Walk skull. We have one here, and we have one down here. Magenta is first. Okay.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is... I'll do it.
Okay.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
We're up over her. Okay, yeah. Now they're going to do that. They're going to get a health bonus.
I bring mercy in retribution, as the tenets demand.
Rookies! Gah!
Come, the other side awaits.
Through pain and hardship, we prove our devotion.
At your beck and call. Indeed.
Okay. One hit,
The
really.
Emperor commands.
Emperor, give me strength.
Okay, so that.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Okay, good. That's damage on everyone. Rated a few as well. Okay, great.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Ouch.
Dare you!
Damage is negligible.
I'm going to move you
Setting
there.
target parameters for tech familiar units. Request approved.
That means they're burning. Great.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Medical signal.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Oh, we actually got.
Faith without deeds is complicated.
Take that. Take that. Do we have vision? Can you shoot that one? No, you can't.
in battle!
Can you shoot that one now? No, you can't.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen. I am his will made manifest. I'll do it.
And oh, we took out the one in front, but
Faith
not
without
that.
deeds
Okay,
is
fair enough.
worthless.
We're at a tactical disadvantage.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I shall not fail. Ha! As honor ordains.
Okay. I need to. I don't need to take a more passive approach to this, I think.
Who thought that was a good idea? Victory is imminent.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
As
Let's
the
pop
Emperor
that one.
commands, I act.
Put bounty
I'll do
on
it.
that. And shoot it. Miss.
Me?
I'm deeply disappointed in you.
If I may?
I need to get a better weapon for No, not Pascal, Abalon.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. My vow is to serve.
Almost killed it. Can I do that? Yeah.
Request approved. Desire condemns you.
No more healing for you. Right.
The spectral prognosis is favorable.
No more healing means...
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. As the Emperor commands, I act.
I am your blade and shield. The shadows, let your soul be purged.
Okay,
As honor ordains.
hit you with that.
Death is a blessing. Killing brings me no pleasure. Death comes in silence.
Okay.
Brace yourself, Abelard. It will be done.
We are going to pop
At your beck and call.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Right. No, we're still working
Faith
on
without
him.
deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Okay, they're hiding now. They're just hiding. We have a few here.
Advancing.
Can I hit you?
Running binary override. Functions successfully terminated. Request denied.
$38. 38 as well. 80?
Doubt
You know
is for
what?
the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
38, 50, 95, 95, 25. You better not take care of him.
Blades and shadows. I shall not fail. As honor or death, the other side awaits.
Okay.
My ears are ringing. It will be done.
If I may. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
No, let's focus on taking care of these.
You, my Emperor!
I'll paint your death in colors.
Faith without deeds, none can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, strike is a prayer. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
That's decent.
I have read tomes of military tactics. Me? If you another foe painted black.
Good.
Significant value.
He did.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. The Omniscient knows all. Comprehend.
And you missed.
Abide in the host of blessed creations of the Omniscient.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. As the Emperor commands, dedicated.
Okay. Cleaned out. Harold took a beating though. What do I expect, honestly?
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
I see what others do not.
What do you see?
Never doubt me. The Emperor favors me today. Duty prevails.
The Divine watches over us.
Stop.
Why is there so many mines now? To be fair, this is like the
When
first
the faithful are idle,
first place you
heresy
usually
grows.
go to.
What deeds await us?
You dodged it. That's good.
I better myself through my service.
A formidable-looking door blocks the way into...
Restore power. Base armor, headhunter, light carapace, 4% dodge chance. And it's Agatha we have selected. Should we... Info, what is the dodge chance? It's based on awareness. Okay, yeah. So that is 94% dodge chance. Yep, no, I'm happy with that. We need a new pair of boots for you. I see you don't have a pair of boots. Whenever you deal damage to an enemy, the awareness is allies winning T-cell bonus to resolve. Dodge when a side power is used. I think it's probably not going to happen that often, but you know what? Oh yeah. Let's fill up your here a bit. Okay. We are going to have a boss fight. There is a boss fight in here, so yeah. No, we're saving now for Pascal. Pascal gets the crack, because he also has bonus damage on... Bonus damage.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
We find anything extra? I don't think so, if memory serves me right in here.
The air in the room is permeated by a wild mixture of miasmas of both mechanical and biological origin. Blood, rust, vomit, machine oil, excrement, kerosene. All these smells blend together into such a thick stench that it almost feels palpable.
Okay, yeah. What the fuck? It's almost half an hour ago he said that, so okay, yeah, fair enough. God. That's what I get for none.
Just as the air here is one mad tangle of odors, the device in front of you is a mishmash of wriggling wires and transplanted fragments. In all the clutter, one could almost miss the main component, a heavily augmented man, whose upper body is embedded into the frame of the machine, dozens of wires piercing his flesh. A crust of congealed blood and other bodily fluids covers the man's entire body, but his eyes are open and his gaze is keen. This gaze is turned to you, devoid of surprise or deference.
Who are you, disturbing the peace of holy martyrs in the home of our grief? What do you want?
There is no fate more honorable than purgation through suffering in the name of the faith. But you were deceived, servant of Omnisci. Your torment is not holding back corruption, it's sustaining it. It's not too late to expel this blight.
The man's eyes clear for a moment. They still lack understanding, but there is a hint of surprise. He slowly looks around the room, at the ecstatic priests, at his own mangled body. His vox hisses, as if he is struggling to say something. Suddenly, the mingled stench in the room is drowned out by the sharp, piercing smell of ozone and grease. You sense that the nauseating atmosphere that prevailed in the room has condensed into a single point of evil in the depths of the ship, and is now hurtling toward you.
Yeah. I don't know. What is they called? What are... They're not a forge beast or something like that, or what? There's something beasts, if I'm not wrong.
I will cast you into eternal darkness.
Forged fiend. Okay. Okay. So, Pascal is going to be here. His mech is going to be here. Cassie is going to move out to the side. Magenta is going to move with her. Cabela is moving outside. Harold is here. Ablod is here. Magenta is first, and Cabela.
Guided by faith.
Come on. Can I
Rejoice in
be
battle.
so tricky to actually get that hit? I highly doubt that, honestly.
This is unacceptable.
Fucking missed.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I will not. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
The next execution.
Trust me. As honor ordains.
Oh no, it's that one I wanted, yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Let your soul be purged. The shadows will see it done.
Just a minor setback.
Ouch.
Injury is not an excuse to shirk one's duty.
When did I save last? Is my first question.
Rejoice in service. And so shall it be done. I can still fight.
What the fuck?
Actions will speak louder than words.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Each strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Oh, I need to do 2 turns here. Look out, Pascal so early on, and it's just like, yeah.
If I may.
The healing is much appreciated. I will do my duty.
Yeah,
Victory is
bashing. He
By
counterattacks.
the manner of their
Yeah.
death, we shall know them.
Indeed. At your beck and call.
I'll do it.
Help me, Lord Captain!
As the Emperor commands, I act.
My soul remains unbroken.
What is it? What is it? Raging Fiend. When the creature suffers damage the first time in the round, it becomes enraged and strikes back. For every additional attack it suffers this round. Bleeding, disarmed, potent of death.
Cannot trick death. It will claim me one day. As the tenets demand, as honor ordains.
It's going after. Oh, yeah, Overlord.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Agatha is a damage dealer pretty much now.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. That is not the Emperor's will. As the Emperor commands, I act. This is unacceptable.
Okay.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. Try to die with grace, at least.
I am.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I am actively thinking of how to actually do this.
Ah, careful. I will do my duty. Victory is imminent.
That's bullshit. What is that? Bounty Hunter's next attack will have an additional 5 damage. If we then switch to you, pop that. and then just
This is why I was chosen.
okay.
I'll do it.
I am your blade and shield.
Okay. So we are going to pop
I shall
that.
not fail.
We're going to pop that. And we're going to... We're going to do
The shadows will see it done.
that. And we're going to strike you.
As the tenets demand.
Blessed are those who sacrifice for the Imperium.
How? How?
Do not dare ask. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak.
Okay.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
How much?
I am a navigator as duty demands.
Okay. Great. Now just 2 of them left, huh?
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I'm
Doubt
kind of
is for the weak.
surprised of who actually made it through the fight. I am really surprised who actually made it through the fight.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Faith without deeds.
Collect. Are we going to...
My
The empty
house
shell
would
of a
be
demon
proud
engine.
of me.
It was this creation, a horrifying mix of real space technologies and the deranged powers of the warp, that disrupted the ship's systems and twisted the tech priests' minds.
Okay.
The man's mutilated body is racked by wave after wave of convulsions.
Evil. That was evil incarnate. Evil, the corruption that watches us day and night.
You have a bit of a problem there, my man.
Suddenly, the man raises his head and looks you straight in the eye.
You have banished the evil. You tried to warn me, but I was deaf. The ship, Kieva Gamma, it followed us from there.
Kivagama. Is that where this ship is from?
Yes.
The man whispers.
The ship, and the planet, the traitors among our brethren, tormenting the sacred mechanisms, letting corruption into their systems. They turned that which is holy into the unholy. And they set these new, twisted machines on us, their tech comrades. We managed to flee, but one of the monsters found its way onto the ship.
A tear appears at the corner of his eye. He thrashes frantically in the mess of wires piercing his body.
We fought. We cut off one module after another, as one cuts away rotting flesh. But it followed. Its invisible influence, the corruption it exuded, it claimed us, one by one. The crew were merely humans of flesh and blood. They were so weak, they succumbed so easily. We could not save them from evil, and so we gave the ship to the darkness among the stars. But the darkness came for us too. In this last module, where we intended to make our last stand, then I sacrificed myself. I became a filter, a stopper against the corruption emanating from the machine. I succumbed. The corruption came for our souls. The corruption of Kiev Gamma, traitors.
With the last of his efforts, he rasps.
The fabricator censor. It all started with him. He was the one who let this taint into the sacred code. He was the one who doomed our brethren. He was the one who spawned the steel monstrosities in the furnace of our planet.
Rest in peace. You will be avenged.
I was a part of the great force that drives the universe. I do not fear the cold of death.
A wheezing breath escapes the man's chest, then his eyes close.
Okay, what we have here? We have heretical votaries. Aware of this cloak gains psychic powers, which allows them to sacrifice, immediately teleport. Ooh, that's new. I think that's new.
They fear to
I
look
say I
at me
think
because
that's
of
new
my
because
appearance.
I don't remember it.
I fear to look at them because of their rotten-colored souls.
I don't remember it in my first playthrough. My first playthrough was a fair bit ago. I don't remember it in my first playthrough. My second playthrough was heretical, so, and I didn't make use out of that one because I think I don't remember what it was I did. Almost another level. Okay, so we are going to do this now. Oil ship management. That's exactly what we have. Improved augers. Switch engines. Ejector. And that's exactly the same we have. Yep. Okay. So we are going to do this. To be fair. We are going to go back to the bridge. And we're going to do a bit of talking. And then we're going to do stuff inside the ship now.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And I wish to apologize for my prior coldness. After our first meeting, I was concerned that you would turn out to be another faithless offshoot of the von Valancius dynasty, like the traitor Conrad.
Conrad.
But now I see before me a worthy leader and servant of the Imperium. I am glad to accompany you in your endeavors.
I would like to discuss Salis Prime and the relic that you want to find.
Of course. My mission is all I can think about.
Tell me, whose relic are you searching for?
Gladly. Listen. Long ago, there was a blessed world. Thousands of stars covered the sky there, so bright that its denizens hardly knew the darkness of night. Thousands of rivers nurtured the soil. Thousands of gardens bloomed every spring, and at every moment, thousands of prayers were flying into the clear air, thanking and praising the Emperor.
Fucking fly. annoys me.
But one day, the people learned the meaning of darkness. Like a storm, accursed heretics who had sold themselves to the archenemy descended upon the planet. Shells flew from the sky that desolated whole cities and burned the gardens and filled the riverbeds with the blood of the faithful. Smoke and soot swallowed the skies and the 1,000 stars that had once shone over the world.
Sounds like a normal industrial world.
Among the handful of survivors was one orphan who had watched all her family die, and the garden she'd grown up in burn to ash. But in her heart, she knew the absolute truth. Just these 3 words. The Emperor protects. And knowing that, she never looked away from the black, terrifying, smoke-covered sky. There were no more bright stars to be seen, except for one. The one star. The bright star. The silver star shone in the sky. And when the orphan smiled at it, the one star fell right into her hands. All the faithful in every corner of the continent who saw the trail of the falling star recognized it as an omen and went looking for the place where it landed. And they rallied together. And with the light of the one star, they found their salvation.
The girl from the story was Saint Argenta.
Yes, that was the beginning of her hagiography. It is known that she lived on a world where heretics staged a terrible insurrection. They wiped out all life on the planet, except those whom Saint Argenta managed to save with the one star, and with the strength of her faith. After that, she traveled between worlds gripped by turmoil on her ship, marked with a silver star, and brought hope to the faithful. Numerous accounts confirm this. Her coming helped people turn the tide of the war and wipe away corruption before the Imperium's main forces even arrived. Millions of people owed their lives to her, but the heretics, having realized their imminent defeat, sent the remnants of their forces after the ship with the Silver Star. It fell from the skies onto an obscure world. There are no definitive records of how old Argenta was at the time. In some chronicles, she's even called the Child Saint, but their credibility is questionable. Either way, she didn't live long, but she left a bright trail in her wake, like a falling star.
Remind me of our mission.
To find the way to the planet called Salus Prime. Saint Argenta is my patroness, and that is where her fallen ship is. And it must also be the resting place of her great relic, the One Star.
So what is the One Star?
If I only knew. Neither the hagiography nor the legends give a straight answer. Classical iconographers believed that the star turned into a banner woven from silver thread, which, when brought onto the battlefield, would shed light that blinded only heretics, but did no harm to the faithful. Most of them portrayed Saint Argenta as a girl carrying this banner. Others think that upon falling from the sky, the One Star became a holy chainsword, which Argenta later used to strike down monsters and enemies of the Imperium. In some of the earlier engravings, Argenta is depicted wearing power armor with a silver star on her chest. One theological theory suggests that this armor was, in fact, the relic. Some even think that the One Star is actually the ship on which Argenta traveled.
Makes sense.
I feel that my undertaking will be fulfilled when I find the answer that has eluded the Ecclesiarchy for millennia. I pray we find the way to Salus Prime soon. The ruinous powers must be aligned against us. They stand in the way of faith.
Okay.
One day we will reach Salus Prime and stand before the gates of Saint Argenta's ship. I know it. I believe.
Okay. So.
cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations. I have enjoyed your company.
Okay. That's fixed. Okay. Avlar doesn't really have anything to say. I think Pascal might have something to say. He's here, right? Oh, he's over there. Okay, fair enough. What is it? Activate control panel?
Fuel system analysis in progress, // status, diagnosing, // result, no failures detected. System operational.
Okay. Is that triggering an event? No? Okay. Cabela? She's cutting herself.
Domin.
I am ready to begin the blood ritual.
Then follow me, Domin.
So we have the bonding ritual. We have to explore the under city and under places and things like that as well.
Are you ready to step into the labyrinth, Domin?
What exactly are we going to do?
This is the ritual of binding. By the Undying One's will, our fates and ours one. But I must still guide you into the maze of my mind. Although it is my predestination alone to walk its corridors in search of answers, your image must become part of the tangle. For I am your shadow, Domin, and your presence will aid me in sensing whatever threats may be looming over you.
I'm ready, Cabela. Let us begin.
Your weapon for the ritual. Watch the lines on the floor. You can only pass through the gaps. The rest, you need not know. Enter the labyrinth, Domin. You are now upon the path. Your shadow now walks the labyrinth, and my gaze can now see when danger draws near you.
Can you tell me what this really was? I'm sure the true meaning of the rhyme.
You are not required to understand. You have joined the ritual. That will suffice.
I only seek to understand why this matters to you. To understand you.
Understand me? Why, Domin? My fate is preordained, and our places assigned. We both must serve the Undying One, as his design foretells. But if such is indeed your wish, my path of service to the Undying Emperor is one of many twists and pitfalls. Every mind is fraught with weakness, and only by honing it tirelessly can one achieve focus and prime one's perception. I envision the tenets of the web as a maze of tangles and dead ends. Each time I go into a trance, be it one of the soul or of battle, I walk this path from beginning to end. And now that you're a part of it, you will be there with me when next I enter the labyrinth. you may deem it strange. You live in a world so far removed from my own that such rituals must seem absurd to you. I'm sure I would find your rituals equally mystifying.
Yes, you're right. Our rituals are simply too different for us. My rituals? What do you mean?
You are empowered by the will of the Undying One himself. And yet, when I look at your life, I am surprised. You follow a different thread. One that does not seem as strict to your thoughts and deeds. There is so much luster.
My world is more than mere luster. Perhaps you would like to have a closer look at my life. Would you like to see my world, Cabela? You have allowed me to witness your ritual. Yes, you're right. Our rituals are simply too different for us to understand each other.
Let us abide by our respective threads. The labyrinth has accepted you. We have danced amid the crossing lines and minds, and by the dance, we are now bound.
Binding ritual complete. Okay, so we've done the binding ritual. Okay. So my plan right now is... Are we going to do ship stuff, or are we tackling another system, is my question. Void Shrine. We're going to the freight line. Yeah, we're going to the freight line.
A sturdily built man with an augmented jaw stands at attention. The dark circles under his eyes speak to many sleepless nights, but his voice is loud and spirited.
Welcome to Freight Hub LD 987/14, Lord Captain. I am Edic Frenzo, Captain of the Enforcers in Lower Deck Bay LD 14. The Master at Arms has assigned me to be your liaison for the duration of your stay here. Lord Captain, would you like to inspect the control room or to begin your search for the Temple of the Bloodspun Web?
He says the last part with obvious concern.
Do you know how to reach him? I'm here to inspect the entire compartment. I'm curious to see how people... Lord, it seems you were prepared for my visit. How did Sourback know I was coming?
The Master at Arms ordered us to be on standby after the Bloodspun Web openly invited you to visit their temple. We have been awaiting your arrival every day since then, Lord Captain.
Do you know how to reach the Temple of the Bloodspun Web?
I'm sorry, Lord Captain, I do not. No one knows, the cultists are too adept at hiding and keeping their secrets. And it worries me that you might have to walk around the entire compartment looking for the temple.
Why? Are you worried that... Is there problems with this compartment?
The lower decks are not suitable for someone of your status. And it's not just the grime or the crowds of brutish laborers. I suspect that the entrance to the Temple of Death is hidden in some dark corner where you might encounter criminals or contagious outcasts. With the kind of riffraff that dwells there, you might even be attacked.
Cassia shivers.
Such ghastly places you describe. We are not headed there, are we, Lord Captain?
He frowns.
To put it bluntly, although the Bay performs its functions well, even its more civilized sections are sorely lacking in discipline. I was only assigned recently, so I haven't had time to straighten everything up, since doing so will require making some serious changes. I am not inventing excuses, Lord Captain. As the officer in charge, I accept full responsibility for what takes place in this compartment.
Rejoice, Forsome. For Lord Captain himself has designated to deal with your problems, rest assured. provide you with crucial guidance once I'm done inspecting the bay.
But,
Frenzo stops himself mid-protest and assumes a more compliant tone.
in that case, I urge you to remain vigilant. The freight trains move at great speeds, and the inhabitants of the residential units are despicable rabble. One must never drop one's guard around them. An emperor preserve you from stumbling into the pestilence pit, that's where the madmen and the lepers live.
Tell me about the station.
Hub LD 987/A14 connects the lower decks freight, residential, and artillery bays. Our task is to monitor the flow of the labor force and prevent supply disruption between bays.
Who maintains this?
Traffic controllers. They're technomads trained by priests of the machine cult to keep the sacred cogitators in working order and prevent train collisions. The consequences of an accident like that would be easy to imagine, especially if one of the trains were carrying macro cannon ordnance. Also employed here are an enforcer squad, a team of inferni, the clerks who keep cargo records, and a medici officer. A fine chap whose medicine of choice is a bullet, may the God Emperor forgive him.
Not every void ship can boast with its own railway.
That is true. Usually higher class ships are the ones that get trains, but it's far from the greatest thing a rogue trader's warrant can see done. The credit here goes to Lady Theodora's predecessor, on whose orders the Adeptus Mechanicus assisted in birthing this miracle of sacred engineering from the womb of the dynasty's flagship.
What is the situation on this lower deck?
Most of the locals unload trains and sort provisions. We give maintenance jobs to the more capable ones. The rest are reserve workforce. Whenever crew are lost on a deck, we find replacements from among those rats. And if extra hands are needed anywhere else, there are always more than enough volunteers eager to work for rations. They even queue for jobs.
The rebel cause you no problem, my help?
Surely you are joking, Lord Captain. The rabble are base in nature, and mutiny is always on their minds. They steal whatever they can get their hands on, and lately they've moved from rations and tinned food to weapons. We confiscate these regularly, of course, and keep the serfs meek and terrified. That's the only way we can protect the mindless herd from themselves. Oh, another thing the bastards do on a regular basis is build their shacks in front of service tunnel entrances. That has delayed the arrival of Infernus brigades during several emergencies, and caused air and power supply problems in adjacent bays. We burn those saboteurs along with their shacks, but they just keep pressing on regardless.
Mutinous rabble, how paranoid of you.
To the best of my knowledge, being paranoid is practically a requirement in our line of work. In any case, the rabble are always plotting. Take my word for it.
Okay.
Always at your service, Lord Captain.
Be steadfast in your duty,
The
Captain.
Emperor protects, Lord Captain.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Okay. Start line. You can't scrub the deck. One fan. Take me, Captain. That is the sign from Bloodspun Web.
Is this the welcome you give the rogue trader?
Abelard's nostrils flare in anger.
Whoever had the audacity to leave behind this appalling symbol, I will see to it that the Master-at-Arms calls them to account herself.
The corner of the captain's mouth twitches nervously as he mutters.
Damn those. How did they even?
Examine the marker.
You have seen this sort of symbol before. Death cultists carve bleeding marks like this into their own skin. Kibella carves the same symbol on the back of her hand with a knife and whispers a prayer.
Damen Herald, remember this sign. It is the beginning of your quest, the first blood trail.
Do you know what this mark is?
It resembles one of the symbols associated with the blood-spun web. What was it called again? The Song of Trailing Blood, I think. It's a prayer familiar to many in this compartment. We've heard spinners say it when they, well, perform their signature acts of service to the Emperor.
Frenzo takes a deep breath.
The soundless shadow sank into the dark. Slashed feet crescendo, a fatal dance. Blade song in tempo, each edge an echo. Twin odes to death throes. Now on her sacred blood. As she once trod the backs of foes. Tread countless souls, but none who know.
this mark here?
Maybe it has something to do with them inviting you to visit their temple. Maybe they're trying to get your attention? Apologies, Lord Captain, I'm no good at deciphering their disturbing riddles.
You memorized the verse? Why?
When I took up my post here, I made sure to familiarize myself with all the particular qualities of this compartment. I soon heard about the verse and decided to investigate. I questioned a number of people who follow the Bloodspun web as I was trying to figure out if there was anything pernicious about it, and eventually I learned the whole thing.
He frowns.
The words are certainly strange, but it's nothing worse than that, it seems.
What's the Song of Trail? What is the Song of Trail and Blood?
From
Trail
what I
and
can
Blood.
tell, it's something like a prayer with several verses that tell about the life of one of the cult's saints. Ariane, or the Matriarch Spider, as they call her.
So I'm invited to follow the blood trail, it seems. I accept the spinner's invitation.
I hope you find what you are looking for and return to the upper decks safely, Lord Captain.
Okay.
Upper deckers avoid coming here. But how can one live
Blood vials. Here's 57 ration cards. It's all I've got, I swear. Spend the rest. What I got. Guessing. Give up the drink or get used to. Pestilence pit. I hope you get hit by a train. Okay.
The bulky doors lead to the Enforcer's living quarters and the hub's provision depots.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Okay, so that's the door. Come on. Stop. There's the next mark. How it hurts.
Mercy, please, save me.
The young man gasps for air through burnt lips, slipping in and out of delirium. His skin is dripping from his gaunt body like melted wax from a candle. His eyes, somehow intact, alive, clear, and filled with pain, stare at you from under his caked eyelids.
Who are you and what happened to you?
I'm Vale, a cleaner. I was in my house, asleep. Enforcers came. Set fire to it. I didn't make it out in time.
Do you know anything about the mark next to you?
He tries to turn his head, his blackened skin crunching as it opens into scarlet cracks.
A spinner came. He painted the symbol, then he gave me water, and whispered a strange verse. He told me to memorize it and to recite it later, so that help would come. And here you are.
He begins to whisper, his lips twisted in pain.
To soot-smirched soul, her mercy she did grant. Last breath expressed, knife met heart. Removed from chest, passed on to death. Her duty blessed, a balm for those who suffer anguish and distress. A longing brought to rest. Of mortal bonds the soul divest.
Dogmatic and the man's life. A merciful
No.
death.
Mercy.
Horror flashes in the man's eyes, but once he sees your calm expression, he lets go of the fear and bows his head in resignation.
So be it. I can't take this pain anymore. I'd rather die.
There is no curse more terrible than an existence between unlife and undeath. You have liberated a tormented soul, Daemon Herald. The Undying One sees the good you have wrought.
We are the spearhead
I
of the
don't know
Imperial.
if I would call it good, but yeah.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Watchman, you can barely make out scribbles. Pathmark makes sure it enforces ruin the entire operation on the behind. You'll find a little gift. Give it to. Okay.
Unexpected result.
The divine watches over
The workers, beaten to within an inch of their lives, are returning stolen power panels, wire, and micro-humans to containers marked disposal.
Locked.
Shameful failure.
Unlocked.
Shield grants me insight.
Okay.
Let us walk this path to the end. The Emperor gave me a vision.
Good man.
A sinewy middle-aged man watches the bustle of the bay with a detached expression. Every so often, whenever his eyes linger on the blood mark inscribed nearby, his face changes strangely and his hands clench into fists. Just as you begin to hear the rumble of an approaching train, the man's gaze turns toward the tracks. He leans forward.
Do not even think of marring the outside of my train with your entrails.
What? I didn't.
The man starts and almost falls, but manages to keep his balance. In the dim lumen light, you notice old scars scattered all across his body. The scars seem vaguely familiar. Pasquale's Vox synthesizer springs to life with an indignant binary trill.
I am registering this unit's intention to use the train tracks for purposes other than those intended by their design. I categorically demand that the unit's self-disposal be carried out using methods that do not violate the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation.
The scars all vary in length, width, depth, and shape. However, you notice a pattern in the way the scars are aligned, as well as a series of faded symbols on the man's rough skin. Death cultists bear similar marks on their bodies.
Your eyes always return to the blood symbol. What do you know about them?
It's a symbol of the blood-spun web. I come here every watch, but it hasn't been here before now. I guess today must be a special day.
He smiles strangely. The man's faded eyes go wide as he notices Kibella. His voice quivers.
Have you come to take me to the other side?
Kibella briefly studies the man's face, then turns away.
I do not know you. Death's gaze is not upon you.
The man lets out a dull groan and turns to look at the symbol again.
But then why? Why is it here?
You know the symbol of the Plasma Man. You bear similar scars to... Scars. Are you a spinner?
I was. But I failed to complete my final assignment, so I was exiled from the cult. The Vizier told me to kill the one who would be at a certain junction of the utility tunnels at a certain hour. I went to the appointed spot. Then I waited. An hour. 2. 5. The junction was still empty. Nobody came. After hours of waiting, I finally realized, the person at the junction had been me the whole time. It was my turn to go to the Undying One. But I was afraid. I couldn't do my duty. I ran.
Well, the spinners simply let you go. They made no attempts on finding you and killing you?
There was no pursuit. I thought I'd see their black blades the very next day. Instead, years passed without them taking my heart. I tried starting a new life, but the terror never stopped eating away at me. When I got truly desperate, I went to the Temple of Death myself. But no one there would speak to me. When I gave them my name, they just whispered, "Spread has gone to the Undying One." They looked through me like I wasn't even there. I've lived like this for 20 years. Like a coward. Like a dead man.
You were ordered to die. For what reason?
The man looks at you.
But some would choose to leave the righteous path. These earned penance in due time. Her whip sings vengeance on renegade menace. Her blades pass sentence. For cowards seek to hide their hearts. But death makes no pretendance. It takes what it is due in essence.
He stops, then adds hoarsely.
The third verse of the Song of Trailing Blood. The Vizier recited it to me before sending me on my final assignment. I didn't realize at the time that it was my judgment. There were plenty of reasons. I sowed death. I offered him the souls of the most pleasing men and women I could find because it kindled my passions. I killed well-off crewmen who didn't deserve their wealth, and I took their thrones. I killed enforcers who looked into my eyes without fear, because I wanted to be feared. I reveled in bloodshed. I betrayed the tenets. I realized it, but I couldn't help it, because I enjoyed it.
You are a coward and a butcher of innocent. I will purge you from your existence.
The man does nothing to stop you. He even leans closer to the rails, accepting his fate with a smile on his face. Kibella stares at the remains of he who was once her brother in service.
Truly, it is better to die for him than to live for yourself. This, he forgot.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Judging by the merchant's round, well-fed face, the rusty junk laid out on the counter is merely a smokescreen for the more valuable, and likely illegal, goods that are for now hidden from idle glances.
Nope. How many times do I need to tell you, you ungrateful maggots? Mistakes must be paid for. Have mercy. In the throne name, I beg you.
The battered worker throws himself at your feet and touches the toe of your boot with his dirty palms.
Your gracious lordship. Hand of the God Emperor. Save your unworthy servant. Get lost.
The enforcer's heavy baton pummels the man's back and shoulders several times. His bones crack audibly.
I am streaming, right? Yeah, I am streaming. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? Okay.
My sincerest apologies, Lord Captain. Your boot. I'll clean it right away.
A murmur of discontent breaks out among the Gawkers who have gathered around. None of the other workers dare come closer, but the anger on their faces is plain to see.
Let the enforcers do his job. Yeah.
The enforcer hastens to remove one of his gloves, then starts shining your boot.
Almost done, Lord Captain.
Low, insistent dissent begins to rise in the crowd, only to die back down as soon as the enforcers brandish their batons. The murmurs immediately turn into pleas for mercy. A sullen, red-bearded man with keen black eyes draws your attention. His oddly piercing gaze seemed to size you up the whole time you were speaking, but now he has hastened to conceal himself behind the Gawkers. The next thing you know, you are watching him hurry deeper into the tunnels. The enforcer hisses at the worker vindictively.
Oh yes, 12. This time I'm gonna break 13 of your fingers and ribs, as a lesson to your slimy accomplices.
Him. Okay.
Know your duty.
Can we succeed this check over here now? 35. I don't think so. So we are going to do this. We're going to play with this one.
Claw ready to move. An interesting solution, Lord Captain. Thrown. The claw's jammed again. Now we have to attach it to the container manually.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
During each shift, railway hubs direct thousands of containers carrying the rogue traders' cargo to various destination compartments.
Now up again.
I don't remember what it was we got in here, but memory says it was good.
Who are you? No. SHH. Don't make noise. They shot everyone. Please, don't tell them.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Okay.
I need to look closer.
Lesson learned.
Unlocked.
Operation successful.
Auto saving. Okay.
Several people are eagerly rummaging through a rack filled with weapons from the Enforcer's arsenal. A big man with a pock-marked face is the first to react to your presence. He attracts the others' attention with a piercing whistle and barks out.
Who are you? There's not supposed to be anyone it doesn't matter. Identify yourself.
Take a closer look at the suspicious individual.
Makeshift armor peeks out from beneath their ragged clothes, and their battered weapons display a patchwork of crude repairs. The group stares longingly at the rack where the good plasteel gleams, restlessly clutching their humble weapons. You notice that the little finger on every person's right hand has been cut off. It is hardly a coincidence.
1. Abelard, help these wretches realize the full extent of their unenviable position. Before you stands Lord Captain Harold von Valancius, master of this vessel and everything on it, including those goods you are pawing at with your unwashed hands, and your miserable lives as well.
The people turn to stare at you in disbelief and exchange heated whispers. The excitement is interrupted by the leader's roar.
What are you gawping at? Hurry up and bend your backs as is right and proper. Your lordship, you must excuse these blockheads. I was taken aback myself, it's not every day you see the rogue traitor in the flesh. And as for this,
the man casts a grim glance at the rack.
I won't insult you by denying it, you've caught us red-handed.
Who are you?
The Hard Nines, a gang. I mean, a brotherhood from Transport Bay 9. Don't think we're parasites. We do our bit for the prosperity of the ship. We're sort of, assistants to the enforcers. Self-appointed. We make sure that order is maintained in compartments where the enforcers are too lazy or greedy for bribes. We put a stop to robbery and free thinking, and well, we accept a small contribution as a show of thanks.
So, here is my mind, right now. I don't remember what I did last time here. I have a vague memory. Of letting them go helps me out later on. What I'm going to do is attack them because that is what a dogmatic person would do. I am really interested to see what's going to happen because I attack them. Tell me why I shouldn't execute you on the spot.
ERM, you could execute us, but who would take our place? Shameless scum who rob and kill to their heart's content. Bastards who accept mutants into their gangs and prey to the archenemy. There have always been outlaws on this ship. You're better off with outlaws like us, who don't go too far and who keep the heretics down.
He makes a good point. He makes a really good point, and that's the scary thing for me. But it is a dogmatic playthrough. I am not going to follow what I personally would do. Criminals on my ship have a single fate: death.
The leader spits on the ground in annoyance.
What in the void have I been standing here making speeches for? I thought we had ourselves an all-right Lord Captain, but no, he's the straight-laced type. Bring it on, then, your lordliness.
Grow. I'll turn you into corpse stars.
How much health do they have? They're actually fairly beefy. Where the fuck is Harold? Harold is there.
I bring mercy and retribution. Trust me. Caught by the web.
What? Okay.
As honor or death.
Okay. Bleed, bleed, bleed. Okay.
Hold on.
Aim for the heart next time.
Lost in our ranks.
How'd you like this? There is only death. Yours or mine.
Let's get to it.
Killing brings me no pleasure.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
Hey! Okay, so we're going to do that.
If I may.
And then we're going to do that.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
And another shot. No matter what I do.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay.
Doubt is for the weak.
Pop that. It's not enough. Well, he's burning.
As the Emperor commands.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens. The Emperor commands. Rejoice in service. I will not be deterred.
Few stacks.
Let your soul be purged. Trust me. Caught by the web. I shall not come. The other side awaits.
And we are
Trust
back.
me. Let your soul be purged. Death is a blessing.
You do a lot of damage, Cabela. That's for sure. You do a lot of damage.
Running binaric override.
As honor or death. As the tenets
I'm
demand.
going to be real cheeky now.
This goes against.
Oh no, I
the
can't.
tenets.
Okay.
My place is at the fore.
do my duty.
Okay.
Another foe
Dead.
painted black.
Okay, so nothing super fancy. We got another bolt pistol. We already have a bolt pistol.
The
though, to be
divine
fair.
watches over us.
Okay. Pascal, I believe in you.
Unlocked.
This explorator is blessed with
Great.
multifunctionality.
Okay. Let's have a look down here.
I doubt that the death cult would lead us into a trap, but still. I have sent Mistress
Let us
Ptolemy our
walk this
coordinates as a
path to
precaution.
the end.
A boot print has smudged this symbol slightly. The trail leads toward the slums.
Sure, you can have it
Okay.
if you need it so badly.
We have a door here as well, huh?
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Anything here? Nope. We only gotten the heretical cloak, that's the only thing. Like, to be fair, we got a weapon skill and strength 1. You know what?
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
The sooner we start.
We are going to head out over here now. Yeah, certain skill checks we haven't done, and we're doing another system. I feel like we need to level up a tiny bit before we actually continue this. That is my feeling right now, so I'm just going to follow my gut, and we're going to do that. That has to be one of the most convenient things, where you can just click on the minimap where you want to go. And that is something I'm comparing to Baldur's Gate 3, as we've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 as well. Which is really convenient. Absolutely really convenient. We are heading to the void ship. No, not the shrine. We're heading to
Know
the
your
bridge.
duty.
As usual, I think the weakest link in our party is currently my fucking character. But that is not a surprise at this point. I might actually respec him, if this continues on, into something I find a bit more interesting and maybe better. We will see.
Permission to report, Lord Captain. I keep receiving messages about strange behaviors in certain ship systems. All decks report the uncontrollable opening and closing of doors, gates, and airlocks. They behave erratically and do not obey the operator's commands. Regrettably, this has led to casualties among the crew. The tech priests have explained that these phenomena are being caused by the machine spirit's irascibility and have spent hours chanting litanies to soothe their anger. Unfortunately, many crew members were badly injured before the prayers could stabilize the systems. Another watch aboard the void ship has come to an end. The Lord Captain, having given his final orders for the day, retired to his chambers for some divine rest. However, the rogue trader's slumber was disturbed by horrific nightmares plaguing his mind. Fate wrenched the Lord Captain out of the clutches of these agonizing warp dreams, only for him to witness the nightmares seeping through the flimsy membrane of the Geller field and taking physical shape in the ship.
Okay, we woke up and we're fighting for our life. For life. I don't have a great build on the character.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Or sword is not going to make a big difference. Wait. Oh, it's just Death Cult. Yeah, forgot about that. On critical hit, the sword inflict 1 stack of laceration. Armor penetration. You know what? Chain Axe. Hotshot, last pistol. Yeah, let's go with that. What is my parry? Okay, it's not great. 85% if I equip that. Dodge reduction. You know what? No. A shotgun.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours. Purge this heresy from existence.
I will fight if I must.
Hey, demonettes.
Your end is nigh. This is beyond me. And so it shall be to have been.
I am unsatisfied.
The Emperor commands.
You know what? The pool room needs a bit warming up.
Quick, quick! Emperor, protect me.
Accept it, and vile delights beckon you.
My armor is contempt.
Minds exist only to be
I
broken.
can't stand it!
I can handle this. Look out.
Avalon is here.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. It will be done. On to your target. At your beck and call.
Okay, we are going to soaring.
I won't suffer this. And so shall it be done.
Okay, that was absolutely horrendous.
I will not be deterred.
Ouch.
Death is a testament to our rightness. And so it shall be done.
Emperor, protect me!
Via delights beckon you!
Pain is temporary.
And there I go down.
Blood is spilt, yet the spirit endures.
I'll do what it takes.
Oh, my ears.
Avalon is not going to go down anytime soon, that's for sure.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Oh, Argentai's here. Oh, for fuck's sake, I thought I had an Argenta.
Indeed.
Okay, let's charge back then.
Victory is imminent.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Eradicated.
I hit that one, okay. Murdered 2 already, great.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Quick, quick!
It's nothing.
Minds exist only to be broken. Excess.
Emperor, protect me!
Monotony. My soul sings in ecstasy.
Okay, so we are going... pushing melee attack. Okay,
I'm not interested.
You actually parried that, of
At
course.
your
you did.
beck and call.
What does that? Potent. Overseer unit end of combat, it suffers increased fishing and is forced to reroll parries and success. Okay.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. I'll do it.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me. If you
Okay,
insist, Lord Captain. Now you're clad in scarlet.
That works.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer.
Okay. Block. Hit. Pascal and Cabala is here.
I will do my duty. It will be done.
A dance of blades and shadows.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. I refuse.
Bye-bye. Okay. A lot of pistols. A lot of pistols.
Let us walk this path to the end.
I need someone to clean my pool room. That's not good. Okay. So we are now... I don't know, can that one actually happen more than once? I don't think I've gotten that one more than once. Footfall provisions and word. I think this is Foulstone, right? This is Foulstone. I think it's Foulstone, yeah.
A natural accumulation of irregularities on a solid planetary surface has been detected. Probability of occurrence of natural materials, high.
Okay, we are doing this. I need to relook at my character, that's for sure. I don't think Overseer is the right way to go, honestly. To be fair, you haven't really gotten into it. Doesn't have that many passives. When the Cyber Eel stops soaring, it gains deflection. Whenever the Cyber Eel starts soaring, it gains 3+ to key characteristics. Okay. Enemies within 3 cell radius of the familiar suffer bonus. Cyber Eel will attack deal more, 4 more damage. Master, at the start of the Overseer's turn, the familiar gains 8 temporary HP. Whenever the Overseer's ability is used on an ally, can be the Overseer. Blood marks, the Cyber Eel successfully obstruct an enemy. 8 levels of bleeding. Okay, so some parts of it, but comparing it to the Cyber Skull, I think the Cyber Skull is way better. Just pure healing, honestly. Desert World, okay. Nothing. We're really close to leveling up, and we just leveled up. Okay. First use of the... I think we just deal more damage, I guess. Taunting defense, defensive comrade. While a vanguard, at least one ally in the 2 cell radius, the vanguard gains 9 parry. Unyielding resolve. What? Where is it? Yes. There. Attacks of opportunity against them deal more damage. Gruesome kill. Whenever a prey is killed, all enemies within a 10 cell radius have their agility cut. Hunting surge. Hunter's ambush. When the bounty hunter performs a single shot attack on an immobilized or stunned target, the target attack reforms its cost and do not count as the attack limit. Okay, that's actually fairly good. Whenever the prey deals damage to the bounty hunter gains prey's difficulty tier. Pounds, hunter gain critical. At the start of the turn, they gain +1 for each ally adjacent. Bounty hunter kills an enemy whose difficulty tier. Cut to chase. Whenever the bounty hunter scores a critical hit for his first time in round. Whenever the bounty hunter kills an enemy with a critical hit, all allies in 7 cell difficulty critical hit chance until the end of combat. Yeah. I think that is the best one we have. Yeah. And you, where is it? Begins combat with additional stacks. All tactical abilities as if the Master Tactician has 6 more stacks of tactical advantage. For every hit they score on an enemy or allies gain momentum. Resilience. Using linchpin now, only use 1/4. Whenever an ally grants Monster Tactician stacks of tactical advantage, they gain a temporary help for every stack granted. Where is it? Where is it? Whenever the Master Tactician or a Master Tactician's ally uses a consumable item or reloads a weapon, the Master Tactician gains 2 stacks. There is one where it's just like... I think that's the first one we should get overall, because that's a fairly solid one. Whenever an enemy suffers damage from a damage over time effect inflicted by the execution for the first time in the combat. If an enemy suffers from any executioner's damage, effects suffer bleeding, hardened, bodied. All damage over time inflicted by the executioners gain a critical chance. When using melee crits, inflict 9 levels of bleed on the target instead of 6. I want a search bar here. I want a search bar so I can look up bleed, so I can literally just go for specific things in here that I'm looking for. Each adjacent creature counts as 2 for the purpose of calculating bonus. Because there is a specific one for bleeding, as there is one when pushing an enemy also inflicts bleed. When using skirting strike. You know what? Now it's Pascal's turn. What do we have for you? Cohesion. While the Overseer and the Familiar are adjacent, both of them reroll failed dodge attack. Suppressive, Symbiosis. Exploitates. Whenever Overseer uses a non-attack single target ability on the Serval Skull, Swarm they immediately applied to all relevant targets, ally or enemies, meaning... Okay, so fair enough. Overseer is 5 or more cells away from the Serval Skull. Fellowship is 8. Dependable ally. You know what? No. Pascal is going down here. Predictive protocol, skirmish, close-up scanning. That one. That one. Okay. I have no clue. How long have we been going at it now? I've just lost... Okay. 2.5 hours. Okay, fair enough. I have lost track of time, let's put it that way. Chaos. Okay, so we can't do anything with that. We can't do that. Okay, so first we move forward here. Light you up. Okay, good. Send torpedoes out there. And just full force in the front there. Full on broadside on you. And then we continue on. Don't have any abilities yet. Going to go there, hopefully hitting that one with it. Restart the shields. Here, and we're hitting that one there. Okay, that took out a fair bit of its health. We have
shields low. We must recover them.
Yeah, no, I'm working on that. Ouch. Yeah. We have fully recharged shields, but I don't know if... Ouch.
Ship's machine spirit cries out in pain.
Yeah. Low last save. That's why it's so tricky early on when it comes to the void battles, because it's literally like this. That's kind of why I have never really attempted the Iron Man mode, because I get screwed over by specifically... Okay, we're going to load one earlier save. I want to do one thing. I'm going to pump in points into increasing the health of the ship. And that made us so we actually leveled up, didn't it? Yeah. Quickly go through here. Counter stance. Cut to chase, critical chain, was it? Yeah. And you... Where was it? Joint offensive. As you had 6 points, yeah. And you were... Blood levels, blood levels, blood levels, blood levels. And pushing. That's a third. There, deep laceration. And for you, we picked accelerating protocol. And then we go in Woodship Manager. $70 points, double against enemy blast hits. Yeah, sure. Long range lands, long range lands. No, I don't want dual long range lands. That's going to be bad for us. We are soon... We don't have anyone on warp. We don't have any abilities other than that. Okay. Who's actually best on that one? Supreme Commander. You know what? Put me on Supreme Commander. Persuasion. Put her there. It's probably better. I don't know what that actually does for us in the long run. But we're also going to do this. Save it here. And go in for the fight. Boom, ba-bam.
Enemy contact! All hands make ready to unleash our fury!
So, we can move forward here. We can light that up and get that one as well. No. I want to release torpedoes now. And I want to go here. And then exactly the same we did last turn. Yep. might die here right off. Okay. What do we have here? What is this? Maneuverability, invasion. That's free range. No, fuck it. We're going the offensive route this time. Turning into them. Okay. Plan is this. I'm going to release torpedoes. Okay, it hit us from behind. It hits us from behind. Okay. And we can hit you. And restart shields. I think it's coming towards me. So I wanna... Okay, out.
Timorous blue shrouds the decks, Lord Captain.
Yep, screw you. That's enough to kill you.
Another victory for the Von
Okay, so we
Valaxian
actually
dynasty.
got short-range macro cannons, 4-shot, 21 damage. That is a huge update from what we have currently. 21 damage from 14. Moving from 60 or 30 at the 40 damage to almost 60 damage per salvo. So that is repair first. Yes, give it another hull upgrade. Through that on, I want it on the right side. Starport. I don't know the difference between port and starport. What the fuck is port? No, we're not getting into that. No. I'm going to do like this. Can I do this without initiating combat with them? No, I cannot. Okay, we have another void combat for us. I want to level up the ship, because when you level up the ship... Okay, so it's only 2. That's good. Okay, so... Taking that out is priority, pretty much. Okay. And boom goes the dynamite. And now we just kite the torpedoes.
Our technological superiority was obvious.
Yes, and we leveled up the ship as well. Nice. Where do we have it now? Ship. Okay, so first thing I want is arc auguries. Second thing I want is, I think it's that one, new heading, so I actually can spin around faster. Yeah, and then when we get down here, having that is great. Okay. And we have people on the posts. Yeah. This is Foulstone, I think. Foulstone, yeah.
Lord Captain, we have received a transmission from Foulstone. It was sent by members of the Order of the Hammer, votaries of Saint Cognatius, whose monastery is the only settlement on the planet. Or rather, it used to be. Some time ago, a transport vessel, the Nayayuka, unloaded several thousand refugees from a planet belonging to rogue trader Winterscale. The Order of the Hammer has judged this invasion to be an act of aggression and is asking for your lordship's protection.
We will not abandon people of faith in distress. Prepare landing party, my shuttle. I'm taking the monastery under my protection.
As it pleases your lordship. 11 days after the feast of the passing of Nicomedes Keefe, the champion of faith, disquietude marred the calm of the monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Countless tortured souls, steeped in fear, arrived on Foulstone in a starbuck. A great apostasy had befallen their home and turned them into abject wanderers seeking help and refuge. Their wicked and cruel captain, the owner of the Nayayuka, had betrayed them. Once the unknowing souls in his care had made landfall on the world's surface, he most deviously recalled his shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty of care to the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive in Foulstone's grim wastelands, the forsaken people came to the monastery of Saint Cognatius, and there they surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on its gate, and implored, and wailed, "Take us in. Protect us." And what once was a place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all manner of things despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility and strife, and mayhap also the seeds of alluring blasphemies, if fiendly heathens lurked in their midst.
After prayer, Prelate Hector turned his eye to the past to search for instruction.
Prelate Hectachius recalled the first missionaries to set foot on Foulstone's vast wasteland, led by their zeal for serving Saint Cognatius. And those missionaries had received the blessing of Nicomedes Keefe, the champion of faith who had travelled with them in their starbuck, to found in this place a humble and pure abode wherein to cultivate wisdom and piety. And Saint Cognatius, a man of great endeavours, a warrior and a wise artificer, never cowered behind the walls of a librium, but stepped bravely into the darkness, carrying light in the palm of his hand, and he commanded others to do the same. And not only Foulstone but many other worlds of the Coronus expanse bear its imprint.
And Prelate Hectorius did welcome the interloper only as his guest, but he did not warn his brethren to keep their vigilance.
The brethren and sisters of the Order of the Hammer came forth to meet the strangers, carrying water and protein victuals and medicinal herbs and jugs of promethium. But the crowd came to blows over viands, and blood was spilt, and many were trampled or mauled in the stampede, some of them dwellers of the monastery. Then the warriors of the Order of the Hammer donned their flat cowls, inscribed words of praise to the God Emperor on their tactical visors, and went forth, ready to render service in battle. With lasguns and bolters they pierced the interlopers, with their chain swords and power flails they struck them, and a great and bloody harvest was reaped that day. But the interlopers, too, scant though their armament was and scanter their skill in battle, slew many among the monastery's dwellers, for great were their numbers and greater their desperation. The monks fled beyond their walls, and rang the vox alarum, and shut the gate, and commanded the armed guards to keep watch over that gate, slaying any who approached.
That's the thing. Okay.
A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick lay siege to the monastery, begging for help. In their spite, they blocked the water collector and unpowered the generatorium. The faithful, in the meantime, made ready to resist.
And a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand. He commanded his formidable boarding force to fall upon the interlopers and slay as many as could be slain.
Dogmatic +4. And there was a great battle, and the accursed miscreants lost their lives in great numbers. The rest fled swiftly to the wastelands, there to hide in fear. And Prelate Hectachius sent a vox transmission to the rogue trader, beseeching, "Destroy us not, but extend a hand of protection over us, for these wicked people will return to exact their vengeance."
Gaze over Foulstone's expanse and quote, "Now this is mine."
And the faithful rejoiced, for henceforth they would have an unwavering and mighty guardian, and they proclaimed it for all to hear. Singing hymns of glory, they unsealed the airlocks and opened the abode's gates, for a great endeavor in the glorious name of the rogue trader awaited them. Foulstone was to be led to prosperity and faith, to triumph. After a prayer, the architects set to work. In accordance with the saints' teachings and the parameters set forth in the standard template construct, they erected spacious living quarters, and sturdy fort walls for the planetary militia, and a spacious auditorum wherein to trade and store goods, and a proud censorum within whose walls clerks and servo bondsmen would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new, yet righteous, way of life came to Foulstone, and the people rejoiced, and all was good.
I am now the owner of Foulstone. Okay, so holy gifts. Okay, durations. Yeah, no, we're going for this. This seems like the most sensible thing to go for, honestly. 20 holy gifts. The Prow Shield Sector. Critical hit against Chaos enemies. Profit Fact. I think we're going for this one. Dominion of the Hammer. Efficiency we like. Profit Factor we like. More reputation with durations we like. The Flamer is like meh. The 20 Holy Gifts is absolutely great. We get that from everything, but yeah. Explorators. Footfall. Prometheum. Reputation with Imperial Navy. Plan is... I want to go for good things, but I also want to go for more dogmatic things. If it feels more dogmatic, if it's, for example, this one, that is something I'm going to go for. No question about it. Blocks Hallow Railway. So you pick one of these, this or this, and I think we're going for this one. But it requires a lot of reputation with durations. So that is where we're going to sink a lot of our stuff in. Profit factor, that's just a solid one. We need 25 profit factor for this. It starts a quest as well. Contact by hiring. Okay. Okay, our first colony is done. We have our first colony. What is the time? It's almost 9 o'clock here. It's 9:30. I'm just going to call it here. For the simple reason I got work tomorrow and I actually need to be alive for work, which is just the reality of it, I guess. I'm hoping to level up. Okay, so Janus is there. Yeah, Janus is there. That is one of the planets we actually need. Main quest, pretty much. We have currently a fuck ton of stuff because we still have been fairly active. So what? We still have quest left in Footfall. Yeah. No, we're going to call it here. I just want to check. We have a fair bit of that. We have a few heretical. We have a lot of weapons. Spare. Uniform kits, armor kits. Provisions, we don't have that much. We have 2 holy relics. A fair amount of heretical trophies. Oh, sorry, these are void trophies, so these are actually traded in for Imperial Navy reputation. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today. I want to wish you everyone a good night, and I will be back. Good night, everyone.